She said John was a creative genius in an extremely fragile vessel. A creative genius in an extremely fragile vessel. So I think this poem is about 80% accurate, but I know a few things now that I didn't when I wrote it. But here we go. It's called Life of John. Today, NPR plays John's songs, the ones guaranteed to get you. In my life, beautiful boy, starting over. I say to Krista, this grief will be with us as long as we live. John was finally such a sane person, not because he was free of neuroses and contradictions. He wasn't. But because he so clearly wanted to be sane, adult, decent. He could have coasted the rest of his days on the Beatles' Godhead, but chose not to. Put himself in J. Edgar's sights for the sake of peace. He leveled with us how it felt to be a working class hero. He got right with the goddess on the subject of women, and with tender attention and humility gave years to fathering little son Sean. We have grown, he sang to Yoko. The last morning of his life, he told an interviewer he hoped to be around for a long time. Then, from the crowd, the cold gun nosed forward. John, we were watching and listening and planning to grow old with you. I know, life is what happens. But you were a red comet burning in the night of possibility. It was all taken away so quickly. Passing through our young sky, you left it changed. Still I mourn all you'd have sung and said these years, had the dark forces let you stay. So I won't close on that note. This is a prose poem called The Suppressed Album, okay? Now I tell you right away, this is about a dream, okay? But time and time again, people reading or listening to this poem have said to me, I was so disappointed at the end of this poem, okay? And remember, it's a dream. It was a wonderful dream. The Suppressed Album. Before they disbanded in 1970, the Beatles recorded a last album that was never released. Yes, yes. Your Peace and Mine, that's the name of it, with its knowing play on your place or mine and peace of mind, included a planned single named Giant Signature, backed by Sharecrop Summer. Okay, those are all the titles that came in my dream. Included a planned single, Giant Signature, backed by Sharecrop Summer. Ultimately, Your Peace and Mine, in the populist tradition of Woody Guthrie, was judged by the group's label too political and shelved. Such secrecy was therefore maintained that not even the most hardcore collector caught wind of the project until it was recently announced by the BBC. Pre-release publicity confirmed that Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr had gone into the studio after the holidays to augment existing tracks with a few overdubs. The surviving Beatles, along with the widows of John Lennon and George Harrison, agreed that the historical moment had arrived for the hopeful and galvanizing activism of Your Peace and Mine. Anticipatory tremors rocked the global media. With the CD's release imminent, it appeared that the well-loved canon would have to make room for a completely new and fresh set of songs, and that the Beatles would in fact change everything one more time. Having now reached the end of this poem, you may understand how disappointed and robbed I felt waking from my dream, and how I regretted having to leave its reality to return to this one. I've always secretly hoped that some young band would come across this and say, okay, let's do this album, Your Peace of Mind. So, the offer's still open. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for making room for poetry here. Yes, it's kazoo time. Gee, did I say at all that if you want to sing along? I mean, that's the idea, right?